You don't even know where they are. There's a bunch of rivers. Alright, I hope one of us blows the other out so we can shoot clocking in this early. Yeah, there's a subreddit called like NCAA football series or something like that, and I went on it during last year's game just to, I don't know, find tips and tricks and other stuff like that. And then I actually found this league on there, and last year's league, and joined and met some cool dudes, and then they were like, hey, I found like what seems to be a more organized, better league, and so I joined that one. But yeah, it's just Reddit's like a big spot for finding stuff like this.
Both of these teams right on the fringe of the top 25. This is a type of game that can help you earn some respect.
Absolutely. I mean, both these teams sitting right outside the top 25 have a great opportunity to get a good quality win and start to build momentum early in this season and see what kind of squad you're going to have, Palmer.
Both of these teams just want respect. They've worked so hard all offseason, all season up to this point to try to get that number beside their name. And this is the game. If you win it, you're going to get it.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Wilcox. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of
Chris,
scrimmage.
to use the auto economy.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. You didn't even give them time.
Yeah, it's where you click R3 and set like the ratios.
Making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
I mean, that was me until like 3 weeks ago.
You know you don't have all day to throw it. You got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
White wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
This guy's fucking methodical.
They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 46. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
1st and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came.
Pick
Let's go through the pick.
With an interception. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. And this defense wanted to get off the field on the opening drive, keep the offense from establishing momentum. They did better than that. They took the ball away.
Yeah, you got to set the tone, right, on defense. Early in this game on the opening drive, you're trying to
I'm gonna dock Chris.
sand, saying, look, this is who we are. This is what we came to do. We're going to be more physical, and we're going to take the football away. And a play like that, it just galvanizes and energizes the rest of the team.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Valentine. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Wants to throw. It's Daniels. He lobs one high.
So underthrown. Oh my god. Dude, my receiver just mossed the fuck out of him. Holy shit. Just went straight over his back and landed on him.
Here they come again. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Dixon.
It's a bang-bang play, running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. They'll run it. It's Valentine. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They go to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Might be looking to run. He'll pull it down. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Makes the catch. It's Porter.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. White going to attack through the air. Quick strike complete. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how.
Dude, what I always forget is going from, feudal to castle, where I'm like, oh, God, like, I know I didn't build a fucking blacksmith.
Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilcox. Still on his feet at the 45. Gashing the D on the right. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy
Damn, I got 4 viewers.
is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to
Hey,
find
boys.
a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Fuck, it's down to 3.
The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. The extra point here would tie the game. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great.
Wow, the Minnesota Vikings are in that game.
Bad position, and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown. That's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, dude, I always check the civilization, like, perks and stuff, and then I just forget, like, 5 minutes in.
The drive starts
Like,
from
oh,
the
nice, my archery range works 25% faster. Would have been good, nice to know.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the line of attack and eating blocks.
Dude's just
eating some
alphaing you.
double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. That pass falls incomplete and it wraps up an entertaining first. Both offenses doing damage. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Crosses the 40. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And those are the plays you dream about. You blitz, you bring the absolute lumber. Those big hits, man, those can set the tone. And that makes a decision for this offensive player. Do I really want to go near that guy again?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You can tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football.
It was pretty normal.
The dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time.
Turning it on. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
If I see a relic.
White wants to throw it. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a big first down.
Didn't know that.
He saw man coverage, and the idea, just get it to my receiver as quickly as I can and let him work, David.
See man and see the cushion and see the guy backed up a little bit. Now I know I can get it to him right now and get a positive gain.
Gonna swing it on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Just keeps slinging it. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on third down.
And a nice play by the defense. Third and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll give it to the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't.
Dude, same. I put them all right next to each other so I remember where they are.
Doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying.
Yeah, just forget about that one.
Illinois needs a big play here on third and long. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go down, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Quarterback may change this route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking for a gap. It's Kane. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
White going to attack through the air. A strike downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
You know, that's a great job by the receiver on that curl route. There's a lot of receivers that finish the route and they just stop. And that allows the DB to close the gap and then knock the ball away. Nice job by that receiver continuing to come back to his QB.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wilcox. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the try is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, run. And listen, kickers have improved.
And much but nowadays work.
They left some points off the scoreboard there.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to go with draw, and they didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless, and that back, David, had nowhere to go.
They had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go.
Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Grabbed over the middle, it's Dixon. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, and then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
Running the red zone, it's Valentine. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Pass play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Working that left side now. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Rush is on him. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Illinois.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also have their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room.
What is like a last ditch to save yourself?
What adjustments do we have? What do we have to fix? Because
Dude, there's one time we were playing like, I don't know, 2 months ago or something where that happened to me and you guys tried to help and I tried to escape with like 2 villagers.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll pull it down and run. There he goes. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. White wants to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to get on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, Thomas, no more economy, just troops.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started.
You have a dependent now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Looking deep. Wide open. He makes the catch. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Illini. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Come on, Chris, build back from nothing. Be a rags to riches story.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Are they building?
Line getting set on 2nd down. White going to attack through the air. He's got an open man. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here comes the offense on second down. Might be changing the route. To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Porter. Stumbled to the ground.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion. What a job to lay out and make the catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Trying to take it back.
And that is a massive momentum-shifting play that completely flips the field. Offense is in the red zone. Bad decision, poor throw. It gets picked off. And how about the return all the way back to the opponent's red zone? That was incredible.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was pretty...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Using his legs, it's Wilcox. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Parkman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. White wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll leave it with the lone back, and they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Offense changing the play. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got him downfield. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
You guys still alive?
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the
Let's
line,
go.
2nd and 7. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
The give on the inside. He gets it inside the 40, but he'll be stopped at the 39. Not quite enough to move the sticks, and it's 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st.
No, Chris.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air.
God
Myers to the
damn
big
it.
fella. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
No, 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 no.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. Let's go. White going to attack through the air. They'll run the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Wilcox. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Out of the gun to give to the back. Plows through the defense. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on down.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Shakes off the defender. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And he's going to make it all the way in for a touchdown off the fumble recovery.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. He might want another play. White wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. And he will house it.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Here comes the heat. Catch in the middle. It's Parrish. At the 45 on his way. There he goes. Touchdown, Illinois. Nice catch and good work.
Bro, my QB's 10 for 14, 300 yards.
That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close it.
Oh, I just missed the extra point.
Salt interwoven, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out.
Haven't done that in a while.
Yes, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Off play action on first down. Finds his tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game. Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Caught behind the line. It's Wilcox. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
White going to attack through the air. Finds his man. It's Wilcox. Knocked off his feet.
And this defense is perfectly fine with that. When you're up a couple possessions, you want everything in front of you. You want that clock to tick, make sound tackles, and don't give up big plays.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And I just love when guys know
Dude's down
exactly
20, just running like a normal offense. Like he's not even trying to come back.
Finished through the sticks and got just enough for the first down.
And a Nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Tackle was made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. Long drive here. Play number 12 coming up for this offense. White wants to throw it. It's complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff up.
And it's caught for the touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he's going to bring this one out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll run it on the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you. Can get to the running back before he gets